Bonjour, bonjour fragrance lovers, this is Clemence. I talk about fragrance and welcome back. Today's video we talk about my ultimate favorite men's cologne, men's fragrance, because at the moment on Essential you have 25% off all the fragrances. So this is not a paid partnership because they didn't ask me to do anything. But I do receive a small commission if you click on the link down below and shop your fragrance over there. I wanted to give my ultimate favorite for all season for men. So these are fragrances I recommended before that I fully trust and I think every man should have in their collection. Let's start by the season that we're in, and it's winter. Well, in London it's very winter because it's still snowing. My first one is a very affordable fragrance and it's Eau de Beau by L'Occitane. It's an amazing price point for what you get. Definitely you've not been scammed. Strong, and it's a very smooth, comfy vanilla with a hint of cypress here, so slightly foresty green. It's enveloped in cardamom and incense. Vanilla starter pack. Really. For a man, if you want something a little bit more comfy, sensual, that's a great fragrance to start your collection. And it's super linear, so what you smell at the first is going to be what you smell at the end. Very underrated. Number two is my crush of last year. Oh my gosh, I've recommended this fragrance so much. Gentleman Réserve Privée Woody Iris Whiskey-like fragrance. So the whiskey is not super imposant, but you can smell it. It's a smooth type of blend, so it's boozy but very smooth. It's not the ultimate cologne, cocktail fragrance, because overall it feels more woody and the iris give like a richness, something a little bit deep and dark to the fragrance, but also quite powdery. I would always say, at least for me and for the woman I talked, iris is a very comforting ingredient in men's fragrance for ladies. Whenever I smell iris on my man, really want to get close. It's super sexy. Let's face it, anything that have like a boozy whiskey cologne give you the vibe of someone that is confident. Great for date and great also for any type of age, mature audience. Let's go to spring because this is the next season. Hopefully it's arriving soon. Some days are a little bit hot. And again, it depends where you live, but in some hot countries, sometimes you just need a fresh cologne. This is for me something I use all year round, and it's 4711. I've got the travel version, Ultimate Classic Cologne, the most well-known, and it's said to be the first eau de cologne ever. It's iconic, legendary for a very cheap price. So don't expect maximum longevity with this. This is an eau de cologne. In Europe, eau de cologne is something that is going to stay like just a few hours, there to refresh you, to give you a clean feeling, nearly aftershave like. Aromatic, something that I do personally is I spray fragrance in the morning, especially if I'm staying home, and this is something that I would love to have on me because just to feel that feeling of okay, fresh, clean, new day, new start. It's timeless, but you need to enjoy a little bit of vintage touch because this is a classic eau de cologne. Number two is a niche fragrance. I'm supposed to talk about designer, but let me explain. I think it does have a little bit of a designer quality in there. That's why I'm adding in there. Please don't scream at me. Please don't do it. It's a woody floral fragrance and it's Reflection Man by Amouage. When I think of spring for men, I don't know why this fragrance always comes to my head. Classy, understated, effortlessly chic. The guy is a little bit of a romantic. He likes to express his feelings, and this is something that is very appealing to women. It's clean and it's sophisticated. I love to see floral fragrance on men, and the florals are neroli, jasmine, so it's not like the floral you imagine for ladies. It does have something very mass appealing, quality, and something overly masculine when you smell it. For spring we have summertime. So summertime, one of my ultimate go-to, the exotic fragrance. I love the eau de parfum, but I've got the eau de toilette, Le Beau. I recommend that so much, even for women, that is insane. I actually think on my boyfriend project a lot. I can directly feel that he's been spraying that when he sprayed it. Coconut, bergamot, tongue cabin, slightly fresh, slightly green, the coconutty vibe that is giving something very sensual. It's inviting. It's very inviting. The charm of the exotism. Holiday fragrance, and it's something that got me personally, because I wear it too, so much compliment. And next one is an ultimate classic, Eau Sauvage, that is a true masterpiece. Smell like an old school barbershop vibe. Let me reformulate as well. If you want something a little bit more long lasting, a little bit more of darkness, smokiness, I highly recommend you to try the Eau Sauvage parfum that is absolutely gorgeous, that I would put on top of the Eau Sauvage classic, but because we're talking about summer, I think this one is better. A fragrance any collector should have in their collection. Makes me think all the time of Alain Delon by the pool. Ah, so attractive. Who said citrus can't be attractive? Let's go to fall now. Fall season. So we are a little bit more gloomy. This is not often I'm talking about it. Is Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. So we're a little bit more on the price point, but gosh, this is well deserved. It's a leather fragrance, but that feels supernatural. It's very wearable despite being powerful. So it's your leather jacket, but it's also something that could be used in a very serious atmosphere. You're going to a meeting, you want to show who's the boss, that you're not here to joke. This is amazing. And for ladies, who doesn't like a bad boy? Blended to perfection. But just remind you, can be quite polarizing. Everything that is very accentuating one ingredient, like leather, for example, is usually very polarizing. So I would recommend to try it before, but I mean, honestly, this is a fragrance that has nothing to prove anymore. You have enough of that little touch of floral that makes it super wearable. Fall is YSL Y, one of my classics. So I would have loved to include La Nuit de l'Homme, but I don't know, at the moment I really enjoy that Y. So I'm talking about the Eau de Parfum. I did a video on the full range if you want to see. You have this apple that is emblematic of the range, and an amber wood feeling that gives something a bit more sensual, but not too smooth. It's not too warm. It's super versatile. You can wear that technically all year round, like all the fragrance I told you today. But for fall, I think it's really amazing. It does feel a little bit synthetic. It doesn't feel too much. I don't mind it too much, and it gives projection to a fragrance, so it's more than welcome sometimes. One, you can smell more the herbaceous tone with the sage as well. That give a little bit of a mystery. Straight to the point fragrance, but it works. And finally, for all year long fragrance, you know my channel, you know how much I love Narciso Rodriguez fragrance. I really need to do a comparison video on all the Narciso Rodriguez. For me, for him, Bleu Noir is perfection. Some would categorize in the blue fragrance. I don't really like that term, but it's true that it feels a bit like Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage from Dior. But the difference with this one is the white musk. And let me tell you that it does all the difference. The other ones, quite pleasant, we've seen them tons of times. I love this because it gives a powdery aspect to the fragrance, and powdery leaves a beautiful sillage behind that is very addictive. A composition we've seen before, cardamom fragrances, but it works. It's so beautiful, and it has absolutely no season. This is really the fragrance that you need in your collection, because one day you're gonna be like, I don't know what to wear, I don't know, so you're gonna pick this one and it's gonna work. And my next one is Montblanc Explorer, because we needed a little bit of fresh dumperage. Highly compared to Aventus, well, you're definitely on a better price point with Montblanc, but you don't have pineapple no in this one. It's definitely like more bergamot, fresh but not bitter. Like a woody fragrance, like the classic masculine DNA, the compliment factor, if you call it like that. Again, that's something that you hear everywhere. It's a bit weird, but it's true. This is something that projects and really captivates the attention. It's an amazing office fragrance. I think it's an amazing fragrance for your daily routine, for everyone. This is something that could really match like a younger person, a more mature person. So guys, let me know what are your favorite fragrance for each of the season. So in this video I added some fragrance that I don't always talk about, but I also added some of my ultimate favorite, because otherwise the video won't make sense. So you had this fragrance before, but I'm always happy to talk about them. If you want new fragrances, I've did some video on new niche release and designer release, of course. And remember that all these videos presented here have 25% off until Tuesday only. on essential.com. These are not the only fragrance. Literally all of the fragrance that are they retailing are 25% off. So anything that you will need, click on the link, add the code fragrance25 and you get your discount. You also support the channel when you do that. So thank you so much, and I want to thank you so much for keeping following me as well. It's very appreciated, and I wish you a lovely Sunday. Bye now.
Viens, je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.